4. My first ever dungeon exploration, in the dungeon I was just born in. All right then. There's no point in staying in the same place forever. It's probably a bad idea if I don't start moving soon. The footprints mean there are people around, and I have a bad feeling that running into them would be a huge pain. For now, I'll just head in the opposite direction of the tracks. But man, this cave is huge. The ceiling is way, way up, probably 100 meters high, and it's about as wide too. The jagged rocks scattered everywhere make it feel a bit cluttered, but for a cave, it's still incredibly spacious. And this wide path just keeps branching off. I was at a fork in the road, a Y where 3 paths met, the one I originally came from, the one with the human footprints, and the one I'm taking now. The path I'm on now is the one that extends downward from the base of the Y. I climb onto a decent-sized rock and carefully peek at the path ahead. There's something there. Creatures that were, without a doubt, monsters were all over the place. Deer, 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 bat, 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 wolf, 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 dinosaur. My appraisal skill went wild. I mean, now that it's pointed out, they do look sort of like deer, but I'm pretty sure the deer I know didn't have antlers that shined like a legendary sword. And the bats flapping about in the air look less like bats and more like hideous rodents with demonic wings. The wolves seem relatively normal, or so I thought, until I saw they have 6 legs. And the real kicker is the dinosaur lazing about in the back. I guess if you stuck some horns and scales on a T-Rex, that's what you'd get. Then again, is it a dinosaur or is that a dragon? I have to get past this? Isn't that impossible? Seriously, this is way too much to ask of a little spider that was just born a minute ago. The difficulty setting is beyond lunatic. I stealthily climb down from the rock. What should I do? In front of me is a monster hazard. Behind me is spider hell on one path and humans on the other. Wait a second, am I checkmated? Okay, hold on, calm down. As if I hadn't prepared for a situation like this, I have a solution ready. Well, it's not some grand plan or anything. I just happened to find another path. It was hard to spot because of the huge Y-shaped intersection, but there was actually another side path here. It's a tunnel that looks like a modest hole in the wall. Still, it's about 3 meters high and just as wide, so getting through won't be a problem. The only potential issue is that the human footprints are coming out of that tunnel. If people are coming out of it, doesn't that mean the exit to this cave, or rather this dungeon, is up ahead? The exit, huh? I wonder if going outside is a good idea. If I were a normal human, I'd head out without a second thought. I mean, this dungeon is clearly high level. I have no idea how strong I am as a monster, but the moment I took one look and thought, that's impossible, the option to fight was off the table. Man, if this were a game, I might have charged in thinking, who cares if I die and have to respawn? But in reality, if you die, it's game over. I'm not about to risk my life on a suicide run. I'd like to maintain a comfortable safety margin. Thinking about it that way, escaping the dungeon isn't a bad option. It's not bad, but I can't say for sure that going outside is a good idea either. Because I'm a monster. If people are coming and going, that must mean there's a human settlement somewhere not too far from this dungeon, right? If a spider that looks like me suddenly appeared in human territory, I'd obviously be hunted down. so going outside comes with that risk. But going outside and finding a place to live that's less difficult than here might be an option. Whether I could successfully stay hidden from humans would be up to luck. But then again, staying in this dungeon is also a gamble that could go any way depending on my luck. All right, I've decided. For now, I'll head for the dungeon exit. Then I'll check out the situation around there, and if it looks possible, I'll escape. I mean, there's always the chance that humans have set up a camp right at the entrance. Now that that's settled, let's a go. I'm lost. Seriously, can I say it again? This cave is too damn big. What is this? Some kind of vast labyrinth? The paths have been branching off like crazy for a while now. How many forks in the road? I gave up counting after 10. I've run into a fair number of monsters, too. I kept running away every time, so now I have no idea how to get back to the original path. The footprints? I lost track of those a long time ago. Ugh, this is hopeless. You'd absolutely need a map to get through this maze. I'm nowhere near finding the exit. And more importantly, I'm about to starve to death. Someone please food.
5. Extreme Makeover New Home Edition. I've given up on escaping this dungeon. If I just wander around aimlessly, I can only envision a future where a surprise encounter leads to a dead end. Whether it's monsters or humans, to me right now, they're all equally powerful enemies. And when I say powerful enemy, I don't mean it in the worthy rival or friend sense. I mean it in the this is a genuine, life-threatening danger sense. Luckily, or whatever you want to call it, the monsters that appear in these narrow passages don't seem to be very fast. Otherwise, there's no way I could have gotten away. This spider body of mine is actually pretty fast. In terms of speed alone, maybe I'm even better off than in my previous life. My apologies, I was just trying to sound cool. The truth is, it's not just my speed. All of my other physical abilities are miles better than in my past life. Yes, they are. I mean, come on. Before I was reborn, I was the ultimate indoor kid, the type who would say, "Exercise? What's that?" So of course, a wild spider is going to be more athletic. The only physical skill I could ever brag about was the dexterity of my thumbs, honed by years of gaming. Anyway, let's set aside how unathletic my past self was. The point is, I can at least run away. But I can't keep running forever. If I get caught in a pincer attack, it's game over. And just because I haven't encountered one yet doesn't mean there isn't a creature out there that's faster than me. Besides, I'm starting to get seriously hungry, which is bad. As they say, you can't fight on an empty stomach. I don't need to fight, but at this rate, I might actually starve to death. So yeah, let's think about this. Q. What is a spider's main source of food? A. Other insects. Oof, right, that's how it is. Filling my stomach means doing that. And what's more, given my unearthly size, I highly doubt my prey is limited to just insects. Specifically, other monsters, or, I really don't want to think about it, but humans. I mean, my own siblings started eating each other the moment they were born. The giant spider that looked like our parent was calmly eating its own children too. So it's not a stretch to think that for my species, every living thing other than myself is considered prey. Or rather, in a cave like this, it's not like there are any other options. I wonder what those deer-like monsters back in the huge cavern eat. Could they be carnivores disguised as herbivores? Well, there's no point thinking about it. Right now, I need to worry about my own next meal. Still, beggars can't be choosers. If I do nothing, starvation is a certainty. If I want to avoid that, I have to be willing to eat anything, no matter how grotesque. Time to brace myself. Okay, so I've steeled my resolve, but that brings up the question of what I'm going to eat. Obviously, I don't have any food on hand. Since I don't have any, I have to go get some. But how? To be blunt, my chances of winning a fight against a monster are practically zero. These maze-like passages I'm in now are much narrower than that huge cavern from before, so I haven't seen any of the obviously impossible-to-beat monsters like that giant spider or the dragon thing. The monsters here are, at most, about human-sized. Even so, if you ask me if I could win a fight, the answer is probably no. Why? Because I've never actually been in a fight in my entire life. I'm great at it in video games, though, but gaming and actually moving your body are two completely different things. 2D and 3D are different worlds, my friend. Of course, if a situation comes up where I absolutely have to fight, I won't have the luxury of holding back. Right now, I'm hungry, but it's not at a critical life or death level yet. In that case, I should secure my food like a proper spider, in a spider-like way. And when you think of spiders, you think of silk. Spiders use their special sticky silk to build webs and capture prey. And I think this cave terrain is perfect. After all, I can string my silk pretty much everywhere. Now that that's settled, let us commence the construction of my new home. First, I need to produce some silk. It should come out of my rear end. I guess that's the spot. Let's give it a try. Or not. It looks like some silk is already coming out. Huh? I don't remember letting this out. And what's more, it's stretching way off into the distance. Don't tell me, have I been walking around this whole time with this trailing behind me? Ugh, how embarrassing. It's like, walking around all day without noticing your fly is down, and then someone points it out. What should I do with this thread? Well, it might be useful for something later, so I'll just cut it at the base and leave it for now. All right, take 2. Nest construction, start. So I know I can produce silk. Now all I have to do is string it up skillfully along the cave walls. I like to think I'm pretty deft with my hands, but can I pull this off? That's what I thought, for a fleeting moment. I look at the completed web with deep satisfaction. A magnificent spider web was spun, perfectly blocking the cave passage. Wow, is this what they call instinct? The moment I started, my body moved on its own, and before I knew it, the web was finished. However, I only built the bottom half of the web. The top half is a separate web built about 1 meter above the first one. Why did I do that? To secure an escape route, of course. I've set up my new home at a T-junction. I spun webs across each of the 3 passages to block them off. But if I sealed them completely, I wouldn't have a way out myself. I doubt it will happen, but there's always a chance some badass monster could break through my web. So I deliberately left a gap so I can make a run for it in case of an emergency. Any mindless monster will get caught in the lower web. Anything flying will get stuck in the top one. With all 3 directions covered by webs, my safety is secured, and I even have an emergency exit prepared. Behold the perfect space for a shut-in. Oh, how glorious is my new home.
6. I gobbled it up. I have no regrets. I must have been relieved after making my new home because it seems I dozed off without even realizing it. A vibration traveled up the thread I had attached to my leg, and my eyes shot open. This wasn't one of those times where you wake up and find out it was all a dream. The cave was still spread out right in front of me. Well, yeah, I know that. I give my just woken up body a good long stretch. My 8 legs splayed out with a rustle. Even I think it's gross. Pulling myself together, I focus my attention on the still vibrating thread. The thread leads to the lower web and the passage to my left. It seems something has been caught. My first prey. I approach cautiously. When I get close enough to see the web, I find something with the flashy, rainbow-spotted pattern struggling, tangled in the threads. Frog. Yep, it really is in the shape of a frog. It's about the same size as me and shines with all the colors of the rainbow, but its appearance is pure frog. Other than the time appraisal identified me as a spider, this is the first result I can actually agree with. A frogma? Not bad for a first catch, is it? They don't really eat them in Japan, but I hear they're a common food in some regions. And apparently, the taste is similar to chicken, so it's easy to eat. Considering I'll probably have to eat things far more bizarre than this to survive from now on, this seems like a pretty good place to start, right? If I can't even eat this, I feel like I won't be able to eat anything going forward. The only problem is, this frog looks poisonous no matter how you look at it. Come on, there's no way something with colors this garish isn't poisonous. What to do? Just as I was casually pondering this, the frog launched a desperate counterattack. It spat some kind of vile-colored liquid from its mouth right at me. My first thought was, oh crap, but I was completely off guard and had no time to dodge. I took the full force of the liquid head on. Ah! What is this? It hurts. It hurts? Is it poison? Is it poison? The place where the liquid hit me hurts like crazy. Whoa! It's coming right at me. Wait! Kia! It hit me again? Ow! Hey! This is no joke! Retreat! I scramble on my tangled legs and somehow manage to escape the frog's range. Ugh, that really hurts. Is this what it feels like to have acid thrown on you? My body isn't melting, is it? I'm worried, but with no mirror, I can't check. Damn it, I was careless. Even though it was caught in a trap, it's still a monster. I never should have let my guard down. A cornered rat will bite a cat. Even a frog being stared down by a snake won't go down without a fight. Okay, it definitely hurts, but it doesn't seem like it's going to kill me. The poison liquid mostly hit my left side and my back. Some must have gotten into my left eye too, because a part of my vision is now blacked out. Huh? My left eye is ruined, but only part of my vision is gone? Ah, could it be that because I'm a spider, I have lots of eyes? That's probably it. A new discovery. But who cares about that right now? The pain just won't go away. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Acid Resistance Level 1 has been acquired. What the? For some reason, the pain seems to lessen. You can get skills without spending skill points? Huh? Then what in the world were those 100 points I spent on appraisal for? Let's try not to think too deeply about that. Anyway, it seems I've acquired a skill called Acid Resistance. As for the condition, well, it was probably from taking that hit from the frog. But I didn't get the skill the instant I was hit, so there must be other conditions. The most likely one, since it mentions proficiency, is that I continue to take damage from the acid over time. I'll think about it later. Thanks to getting this resistance, the pain is much more manageable now. And as the pain subsides, my anger towards that frog starts to bubble up. That frog, it's nothing but a meal, and it had the nerve to pick a fight with me. Unforgivable. I've made up my mind. I don't care if it's poisonous or not. Now I'm going to eat it if it's the last thing I do. Once I've decided, the only option is to charge. As long as I'm not careless, it's nothing more than a pathetic victim caught in my trap. The frog spits its poison liquid a third time. If I know it's coming, dodging is a piece of cake. I elegantly evade the approaching acid and charge straight at the frog. Take this, my special move. Chomp. A bite attack. Foo ha ha. Don't you dare think this is just a normal bite. I am a spider, and these fangs are filled with poison. It was the same when I first made silk, but I somehow know these things instinctively. Just writhe in agony from my poison and die. Splat! Oh, God! It hit me with its poison from point blank range? It hurts. It hurts. It still hurts, even with the resistance. I pulled my fangs out without thinking. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Poison Resistance Level 1 has become Poison Resistance Level 2. Oh, is that so? Hey, I don't have time for that right now. This frog, not once, not twice, but 3 times it has sprayed its filthy poison all over me. I will not forgive you. I mean, I never had any intention of forgiving you in the first place, but I still won't forgive you. Fueled by rage, I lunge in for another bite. The frog writhes in agony. Phoo ha ha! Suffer, suffer more. Getting carried away, I bite it again and again. The frog, which had been thrashing about, gradually grew weaker until finally it went still. Whew, I finally beat it. If this is what my first hunt is like, I'm worried about what's to come. But still, I did it. Time to eat. Munch, munch. Slurp, slurp. It's bitter and it hurts. The bitterness is probably the poison. The pain is likely the acid. Well, thanks to my resistances, it's not unbearable, but it is not delicious. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Acid Resistance Level 1 has become Acid Resistance Level 2. It didn't taste good, but from a skill building perspective, it was delicious.